Many people assume that by the time they reach their 30s, they should have everything figured out: a stable job, a growing savings account, and a clear plan for the future. But the truth is, this decade can be one of the most financially challenging. You may be balancing a career, a family, a mortgage, and the pressure to start building long-term wealth. And if you're not careful, the decisions you make in your 30s can set you up for decades of financial strain. Debt is one of the biggest obstacles people struggle with during this stage of life. It's not always about how much you owe, but the habits, assumptions, and overlooked details that quietly drain your finances and limit your options. In today's video, I want to take you through some of the most common yet destructive debt mistakes people make in their 30s so you can avoid them, correct course, and build the financial future you deserve. These are the 7 ways people sabotage themselves with debt in their 30s, often without realizing it. Number 1. Failing to adjust lifestyle as income grows. One of the first mistakes is increasing lifestyle spending as soon as income rises. Many people in their 30s begin earning more than they did in their 20s, but instead of using that increase to reduce existing debt, they upgrade their car, move into a more expensive home, or take on higher monthly commitments. This creates a cycle where your expenses always match or exceed your income, making debt feel permanent instead of temporary. Without controlling lifestyle creep, debt repayment becomes slow, stressful, and inefficient. 2. Ignoring high-interest debt because minimum payments feel manageable. In your 30s, responsibilities increase, and minimum payments often seem like the easiest path forward. But relying on minimum payments, especially for credit cards or high-interest loans, can keep you trapped for years. Interest silently builds in the background, creating a financial burden far larger than the original purchase. This mistake is especially dangerous because it feels harmless in the moment, yet it delays milestones like investing, saving, or buying a home. 3. Taking on long-term installment plans for short-term wants. Many people in their 30s fall into the trap of financing everything: phones, furniture, vacations, and even lifestyle purchases that lose value quickly. These small monthly payments stack up and eventually limit your financial flexibility. When multiple installment plans overlap, it becomes harder to manage unexpected emergencies or opportunities. Committing to long-term payments for short-term desires slows down your ability to break free from debt entirely. 4. Underestimating emergency expenses and relying on credit to cover them. Without an emergency fund, many people turn to credit cards or loans whenever life throws curveballs, like car repairs, medical bills, or home maintenance. In your 30s, expenses tend to grow, and emergencies often cost more than you expect. Relying on credit for every unexpected event only deepens debt and creates added financial pressure. An emergency fund isn't a luxury. It's protection against falling further behind. 5. Believing debt is normal and not having a repayment strategy. Debt may be common, but treating it as normal prevents progress. Many people in their 30s assume that debt is simply part of adulthood. Without a clear repayment plan, years go by with little progress, and what could have been a few years of disciplined repayment turns into a decade of financial limitation. A structured plan, whether it's snowball, avalanche, or consolidation, is often the difference between long-term stress and long-term security. 6. Taking on debt to impress others or keep up social appearances. Social pressure becomes more subtle in your 30s. It may come from friends who buy homes, take luxurious trips, or drive expensive vehicles. Many people take on debt simply to feel like they're keeping up, even if it strains their budget. This is one of the most damaging mistakes because it shifts financial decisions away from personal goals and toward external validation. Debt taken for appearance instead of necessity rarely brings satisfaction and often leads to regret. 7. Overlooking retirement savings because debt feels more urgent. Focusing on debt is important, but stopping or delaying retirement contributions is a mistake that can cost decades of future growth. Your 30s are a crucial period for compounding returns. If you skip these years, you'll need to contribute significantly more later just to catch up. Many people underestimate how much future wealth they sacrifice when they wait too long to invest. Balancing debt repayment with even modest retirement contributions is essential. Your 30s are a defining decade, and the financial decisions you make now will either support or restrict your life for years to come. Debt doesn't have to be a burden that follows you into your 40s and 50s. By recognizing these common mistakes and correcting them early, you give yourself the freedom to build real financial momentum. Whether your goal is to own a home, start a business, travel more, or create lasting security for your family, managing debt wisely plays a central role in making those dreams possible. Remember, financial control isn't about perfection. It's about awareness, discipline, and taking consistent steps in the right direction. If you can avoid these 7 mistakes and start making intentional choices today, your future self will thank you. Stay committed, stay informed, and continue building a foundation that supports the life you want.